beauty people. In episode 11 of Love, Fate, Marriage and Divorce season 3, Dongma met Lee Sieun and told her a secret about Seo-ban and even told her he will completely understand if she wants to break off the wedding with Seo-ban. And this put us viewers into a very big puzzle. Like, what did he say? Why did he say? And so many questions. And in today's video, we are going to see what that secret could be and the theories behind it, and why did Dongma chose to tell her, and why didn't he involve Seo-ban. Let's begin. There are so many speculations to this particular situation. Number 1, Seo-ban might be sick and he might die cause of it. Number 2, he might be infertile. And number 3, he might be depressed or suffering from a childhood trauma. Well, I don't think the first two could be true because Seo-ban, being such a gentleman, he won't marry Lee Sieun hiding his sickness or infertility. And especially when he shared the biggest pain of his life and the darkest secret, where his father cheated on his mother and abandoned both of them, and his mother died of that depression. And the thing that stresses that he's not infertile is when he went to attend Sapyeong's mother's funeral, he asked Dongmi if he will get married and have a family when she offered to read his palm. So definitely he's not infertile and sick. Some of you might say maybe only Dongma know about Seo-ban's illness, and since they own Min Group of hospitals, maybe Dongma got to know about this and he hid it from Seo-ban. Well, in that case, he wouldn't be worried about Seo-ban marrying Lee Sieun, who is a divorcee with 2 children and she is as old as him. He would be more worried about Seo-ban's sickness and how to treat it, how to tell him or how to hide it from him, and secretly make sure that he receives the necessary treatment and he will be fine. And the third thing, Seo-ban being depressed or suffering from childhood trauma, well, this could be true. Because there are many people in this world who are suffering from depression, but not everybody realizes that they are suffering. And not everybody realizes that they are not living a normal life like everyone does because something happened when they were kids and that traumatized them. And I have a whole theory behind this. After watching episode 11 and listening to the talks of Dongma telling to Lee Sieun that his brother is bit boring and please take care of him, and told her being younger he takes care of Seo-ban and not otherwise, and remembering how Dongma always takes care of Seo-ban by continuously calling him, texting him to know what is he doing, how is he doing, and taking him out, giving him healthy food and making sure he enjoys his life, feels like he is depressed, and Dongma is trying to bring him out of his depression and lonely life. I feel Seo-ban's depression or childhood trauma is caused by his father, who cheated on his mother with Dongma's mother and went on making a family with her, abandoning his devoted wife and his son Seo-ban. And after moving out of his house, he grew up with his mother, and that too in an environment which wasn't healthy for a child to grow up. It lacked warmth, happiness, and love, as his mother was so depressed that she never smiled and always sighed. And later she died cause of that depression. So Dongma might have told Lee Sieun that Seo-ban's tough life made him into a person who can't express his affection like everyone does. Remember, Dongma told that it takes 10 to 15 calls or texts from him to get a one reply from Seo-ban. And he might have also told her that he's not lovey-dovey or romantic and etc stuff, and he also can't open up. So he might have told her that her married life may not be like any other normal married couple due to Seo-ban's personality, which was shaped into a reserved and not sharing kind of person due to him growing up in a depressed and a lonely atmosphere. Though he had his mother with him, she was so depressed and he kinda grew up to be a lonely kid. And because of his loneliness, maybe he couldn't do all those things and express the stuff like every normal person does. Doesn't talk so much or smile a lot, etc. stuff. Now let's talk about why Dongma told her about all these things. One might think Why Dongma is being nosy and telling about Seo-ban? He should have consulted his brother before talking to Lee Seon about all this stuff. It wasn't his call but Seo-ban's call to tell about his issues. I think Dongma said that out of concern. After listening about her from Sapyong in a very good way and personally meeting her and seeing her, he might have understood that she is a very understanding and a kind soul person. So he might have thought to tell her so that she will have an understanding about Soban, what she can expect and what she cannot expect from Soban before the marriage, and also wants to give her a chance to decide on the wedding. And in order to avoid any kind of disappointment she might feel seeing Soban not being like any other average husband, which might cause disturbances in their marital life. He just wants Lee Seon and Soban to be happy together. And I just want to add some things because just because some person is being some way with you doesn't mean that they are completely that kind of person. Soban is a completely different person when he is with Lee Seon. In fact, in their relationship, he's the one who makes the moves and who is the person who talks. In fact, he talks a lot with her. He shares so many stuff. He even smiles and romantically looks at her. But yeah, Dongma doesn't know about all these things. So he will show affection. With time, he will be more open. He will live with her and with her children, and his loneliness will go away and his personality will change. Dongma doesn't know that Soban actually picks up the calls and texts of his friends right at the moment if he's not at his work. Like remember when he and Sapyong went to buy latte and they were talking about her divorce and their mother's death etc stuff. His friend called him and he immediately took the call despite of being with Sapyong. And not only that, he regularly meets his friends, he enjoys with them, he drinks with them, and he also cracks jokes. Remember in season 2 when Sapyong and Soban were together, one of his friends told he will eat his hat if Ban was with a girl, and Soban immediately told Sapyong to talk and told his friend that he will himself feed him the hat. And as expected, Lysion told that they both rely and trust each other more than other people know. Of course, whatever she told was right because Soban opened his heart to her. He told her the most painful memory of him and how his father cheated on his mother and what all they both went through. And one could only do this if they completely trust the opposite person and have confidence that they could rely on them without any sort of worries. So I think this is the secret Dongma told to Lee Seon about Soban. What do you think? Do let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video. See you in the next video. Until then, tata, bye bye, take care.